Union fights dirty, so the union fought back dirtier. This happened in Texas, a notorious anti-union area. In the early 2000s, I worked in a chemical plant and an acquaintance of mine, we'll call him Bob, from an unspecified federal agency that was inspecting my plant told me this story. There are elements of pretty revenge, but since Bob followed the rules to the letter, I think this belongs here. Bob was giving his business card to a few of us and I noticed his card had a union symbol on it. I asked if his cards were made in a union shop and Bob replied, "No. Our office unionized last-ish year." I had a what the fox look on my face while Bob was chuckling. I convinced him to share his tale of how a white-collar, master's degree federal employee joined a union. In Bob's office there was the supervisor, ineligible for the union, and 6 other workers, all white-collar and degree-holding. 3 of the workers wanted to unionize and 4, Bob included, did not. For some reason, a 3-to-4 vote meant the office unionized and Bob now worked as a non-union worker in a union shop. Bob and his 3 like-minded coworkers could care less about the union shenanigans because they thought nothing would ever come off the unionization. The 3 union members paid their dues, held meetings, and not much else happened until something actually did. The unspecified federal agency decided to adopt a flex time policy that let each office decide how to set their hours, e.g., standard 40-hour week Monday through Friday, 4 to 10s or 4 days for 10 hours, 9 to 80s or Monday through Thursday for 9 hours a day and 8 hours on Friday one week and Monday through Thursday for 9 hours a day and off on Friday the next week. The catch was the employees had to vote and all followed the majority. Except when the majority doesn't get a vote. The supervisor polled the workers and 4 wanted 9 to 80s and 3 wanted 4 to 10s. You can probably guess how the votes worked between the non-union and union employees. The supervisor changed the work hours for the entire office to 4 to 10s because the union negotiate for all employees even if they are not members of the union. Bob even asked the supervisor about why the majority was steamrolled by the minority and was told, "Nothing I can do because this is a union shop. Join the union if you don't like it." And a light bulb came on. That's what he and his 3 coworkers did. They paid the dues, filled out the paperwork, and attended the next meeting. Bob and his compatriots had already worked out their plan for a legal coup. They waited until the union president called for new business and launched their attack. Bob motioned for a vote of no confidence against the current slate of officers. Just happened to be 3 people in the office positions. The vote was 4 to 3 and the current officers were out. Compatriot number 1 nominated Bob and 2 compatriots to the officer positions and the vote was 4 to 3 in favor of the new officers. Bob was the new president. Bob asked for any more new business and found out that compatriot number 3 wanted to change the work hours to 9 to 80s. Motion was seconded and the vote was, drumroll please, 4 to 3 in favor of the new work schedule. The supervisor changed the work schedule for the entire office to 9 to 80s the following Monday. It is now important to point out that the union bylaws required a quorum of 50% plus 1 of the membership to attend a meeting for a quorum. The previous number required was 2 of 3 members. And before I get blasted for internet math, 2 of 3 is based on 50% rounded down to a whole number. And then add 1. But the new required number for a quorum was 4. Bob adjourned the meeting and for several years did not call a new meeting and he and his compatriots boycotted all union activities except paying their dues. By following the supervisor direction, Bob and his compatriots applied the union bylaws against itself and their 3 insensitive coworkers. I convinced him to share his tale of how a white-collar, master's degree federal employee joined a union. That's so weird to me. In Canada, pretty much every white-collar master's degree federal employee is in a union unless they have been promoted up to director level or above. Can someone explain like I'm a complete idiot what 9 to 80s means in the context of a 40-hour week? Yeah, I still don't understand why the USA hates trade unions. So, there is a committee at work that can help organize the work the way the majority of the workers want it to. They didn't agree with how things were done. So they used that power to fix a workplace issue they felt passionate about. And it worked. And somehow this should be an example as to why those committees are bad? I'm sorry. But the only thing this proves is the usefulness of unions. And there certainly wasn't any dirty play here. I don't get it. How did the union vote of 3 win against a non-union vote of 4? Is OP saying that union always win regardless of majority vote status? What if it's a vote of union 3 versus 10? Does the union still win? This reads like union fanfiction from someone who has never been in a union. Never happened. Teachers' unions, at least the one I was part of, did a good job. Backed up members. Provided silent witnesses for employee, management evaluation meetings where needed. I even had the regional area paid union representative sit on a conference when my admin was trying some shady illegal harassment. The admin backed down. Never trusted the admin after that. But worked harder than ever on union issues. That's awesome that they did that. But I could never understand wanting to work every other Friday when they are given the chance to not work any Friday. This is a lot of words to say you're an anti-union hack who is here to spread propaganda. Maliciously complying against yourself? Obvious anti-union propaganda is obvious. Yeah, this is propaganda. Also, a vote of 3 out of 7 would not have unionized. Stop lying. You need 50% plus 1. Unions do not negotiate hours of work on behalf of non-unionized members. I'm smelling a whole lot of BS. This is a shit made-up anti-union story. Not certain why the anti-union sentiment is so strong. But decent story. Certainly fits the sub. The talk like unions are the devil is strange though. So what you're saying is that because he disagreed with a decision, he recruited his friends to usurp leadership of the union only to then halt any potential for discourse in the future by refusing to hold any meetings. That sounds totally chill and fine. The only real beef I have with this is that you can vote to unionize. Just call a vote to dissolve the union. Lol. Being anti-union is funny. So great. Good man. Malicious indeed. Now go bully some trans kids. Bob just sounds like a bully. Pretty gross. He had the ability to make things better for the entire shop and then tore apart the union. He should have just found a job that wasn't a union shop.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.